Okay, call the roll,
And
Sam, please.
okay. Chester, Cindy Lignar. She is expected, but I don't see her yet. Clinton, Ms. Michelle Bienvenia. She is not expected. Cromwell, Anthony Salvatore.
Here.
Deep River, Carol Dweck Jones. She is not expected. Durham, Brendan Ray.
Here.
East Haddam, Todd Gelston. He is expected. He might not have logged in yet. East Hampton, David Cox.
I'm here.
Good morning. Essex, Norm Needleman or Carrie Duquesne. They were a maybe. I don't see them yet. Haddam, Sean Donlan. He is not expected. Killingworth, Eric Couture.
Oh,
Lyme, Christine Erica Zellick.
Here, Christy. Yeah.
Oh, Christy. Okay, we will update that. Middlefield, Bobby Amartino, I don't think is expected. Middletown, Gino Serra.
Present. Hi, everyone.
Welcome. Old Lyme, Martha Shoemaker. She is expected. I'm not sure if she's logged in yet. Old Saybrook, Carl Fortuna.
here.
Portland, Michael Pelton.
Good morning.
Good morning. And Westbrook, John Hall.
Good morning.
For the MPO, Darlene Briggs from Middlesex Chamber.
Good morning.
Good morning. Joe Comerford from Estuary Transit District, although I think we have Brendan Garrity also from ETD. We have Jennifer Brady from Federal Highway Administration. And I will take this opportunity to introduce, we have a new DOT coordinator. Oh, I just lost this. If you'd like to go ahead, Ricky, and just introduce yourself briefly.
Sure. Good morning, everyone. My name is Ricky Milner. I joined the MPO coordination unit in late January. I'm taking over a Grayson's role, so I'm looking forward to working with everyone with the transportation initiatives. And you can contact me by email, phone, and through Teams. I can provide that in the chat this morning. Thank you.
Yeah, please put that in the chat, and Vicky can also circulate your contact info. He is the new liaison from Connecticut DOT, and he is Grayson retired just a couple weeks ago, so he is the new Grayson. So welcome. I also see Carol Jones has joined us. Welcome. Joe Comerford from Estuary Transit District. Welcome. We also have other guests. Oh, Todd Gelston from East Haddam has joined us. Welcome. I'm just going to look down the attendees. Who else we have to introduce? Oh, we have Aaron McBride from Senator Murphy's office. Welcome. And oh, Joanne. Why don't you introduce yourself?
I'm gonna Joanne's in attendees. I'm gonna move her over.
Oh, she's a panelist now.
Oh,
Oh, hi, Joanne. Why don't you introduce yourself?
Oh, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
It's Sean Donlan, first selectman at Haddam. It keeps coming
Oh,
up. It keeps coming up as Joanne, my executive assistant. I don't know why, and I'll try to fix it by. But
okay. We can update that, Sean. So welcome, first
you
selectman.
got it. You got it.
All right. So I'm just gonna introduce staff. Sam Gold. We're joined by Rob Harrimet, Eliza Lopresti, Susie Beckman. We also have in the COG conference room. I see Vicky. I see Kevin. I see Carly. Um, Carly, why don't you introduce yourself? She is our new communications person for COG. Carly, why don't you just say hello?
you guys are muted.
You're muted at RiverCOG.
Hi everyone, I'm Carly Curla. I'm our new communications and engagement coordinator, and I look forward to working with you all.
So, is there anyone else in the COG conference room?
No. Nope.
Oh, okay. Also from RiverCOG with Jake Capabianco, Brendan Garrity, Sally Rothenhouse, and that. Let me see if there's anyone else that I missed. If I've missed anyone else, please introduce yourself. I think that's all, Mr. Chair. So I think.
Okay. Thanks, Sam. First item up is MPO business and the 25 tip amendments 15. And we need a motion, and I'm assuming Rob's going to handle that.
Yes, he
Rob?
will. Go ahead.
Yeah, sure. This was kind of the reason for our emergency meeting. I will just go through the line item and we can talk about some of the additional information that was sent out. This is a single line item. It's statewide, various locations, project number 1703795 using electric vehicle program funding, exempt from air quality modeling. The actual title is Installation of Electric Vehicle Charging Stations, Phase 1A, 1B, and 2. This is for the construction phase in 2026 for a total of 63.9 million with a 80-0-20 split. The reason is for a basically a kind of a project change and revisions. The project's been updated to a statewide project. It's also the towns are updated to various and an increase of the federal estimate from 5.76 million to 49.78 million, which is an increase of about 44 million out of the total 52 was so the 7 million or 8 million was originally programmed previously. So what this does is basically allows the state to allocate 44 million of the funds before Monday, at which point the funding would be lost. With your package, additional information was sent out. There was my typical notes that has a brief description of the project, as well as a memo from DOT with a more detailed description, and also a presentation that did have some of the preliminary locations of where the chargers will be located. So I don't know if there was any additional questions other than that.
Rob, what do you need for a motion?
Just a motion to approve tip amendment number 15.
Can I get a motion?
So moved.
Can I get a second?
Second.
Discussion. Anybody have any questions?
Yes, I have a question. This is a lot of money, and is this 49 million going to be spread across the whole state or just in the RiverCOG area?
Nope, it's across the state. The first phases was on some federal routes. Let me see if I can find it. Primarily 84, 91, 95, 395, and parts of Route 7. The second phase has more statewide. I mean, it's kind of a placeholder, so all the locations aren't included, but there was the presentation that was sent out that did show a few of the locations. I want to say there's one or two in Old Saybrook. There might be one in Middletown. Looking at the map, I'm not sure specifically where the locations are. The Middletown looks like it might be public safety. Old Saybrook, I can't exactly tell what that might be exactly, but so there are a few, in the first phase that have been, applications have been sent in the region.
And this money was we risk it being clawed back by DC if the money is not programmed. So that's the purpose of this meeting.
Another question I have is that is this intended to be used by just Connecticut residents or anybody that anybody from any state that has an electric vehicle passing through?
It can be used by
I don't
anyone.
know. I would assume anyone.
These costs, you got to pay to use them.
Yeah, I don't think they necessarily have to be free, but it's building out the charging infrastructure locations, and whether you're a Connecticut resident or you're just driving through Connecticut, you're going to need places to charge your vehicle. So I think it's they're public. They're going to be public, open to public use.
Thank you.
Oh, and I take that back. Some municipalities don't charge. God only knows why, but we do. Any other questions? Okay, seeing none, we have a motion. We got a second. All those in favor? Aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries. All right. What do you got on the COG business, Sam, for the legislative?
So it's been a busy. This is a very busy week. Today is a very busy day. Planning and development is meeting today with some crazy bills, Susie and I will give just a very high level overview. Some of the bills that we have written in testimony in opposition to is an act concerning housing development. This is House Bill 5502. It's an act that would allow by right housing in industrial areas. And in my testimony, I explain that in our region, industrial land uses only cover about 1.6% of our land area, and it's very hard to site new businesses, particularly industrial businesses in our region and in Connecticut, and to put housing in industrial parks or near industry is more or less a decision to kick industry out of Connecticut, because you're going to get complaints about noise, about smells, about traffic, and I don't know where they're coming up with these ideas, but they sort of fly in the face of the foundational land use zoning, which is you keep people away from noxious uses. So we've submitted testimony against that. There's a bill 5507, an act concerning accessory dwelling units, another crazy bill that sets the minimum size for an accessory dwelling unit, like a granny flat in your house, to 1,000 square feet. Usually accessory dwelling units are small, like a 500 square foot apartment, not 1,000 foot. And creating a minimum size for these when you have many houses that are less than 1,000 square feet is just seems insane. It will make them more expensive. It will make them more difficult to put to build, because you might not have enough land. So that portion is kind of strange. And then there's a second portion that will find any land covenant or any deed restriction on a property, on a residential property, that restricts the use of that property to restricts the residential use to not allow something that's allowed under the underlying zoning, to find that null and void, to find it as non-enforceable. Well, there are all sorts of deed restrictions and covenants put on properties as part of subdivisions. There's all sorts of agreements between land use conflicts between neighbors that are dealt with covenants and deed restrictions. Land trusts protect their land through these instruments, and we can't understand why the state would undo this, especially when zoning can change relatively quickly. Deed restrictions are permanent, so that was a very odd thing. So we've submitted testimony against that. Let's see. Susie, what are your big bills that you've been tracking or working on?
We have several that we're watching. The ones that you mentioned under housing, the municipal under a municipal interest or general planning. There's one to restore the Mashantucket, Pequot, and Mohegan Fund to its original intent. That would be positive for the towns. There is also and we did write testimony on that. There is also a bill that would use the 1% meal tax that was added back in 2019 and give at least a portion of that back to the towns, and possibly some of that to a tourism fund. Let's see. Under the environment, we're watching an act concerning rapid response program for certain aquatic invasive species, and to examine some of the more effective methods and protocols for remediation of hydrilla. And under transportation, one that's very important to River Valley Transit is 5506, which would specify employees of transit districts as municipal employees, making them exempt from the State Family and Medical Leave Act. And there are others, and I can share them with you. Right now, I'm hoping that the bills will be slowing down because committees should be wrapping up their hearings probably by the end of the month. From what I understand, the budgets are due at the beginning of April because it's a short session. So we'll have more information on which bills are actually being considered in the next few weeks.
Yeah, I submitted testimony in favor and strong support of 5506, which is the transit district employee bill. I don't know if Joe, you wanted to say anything more detailed about that. To ask, the hearing is today if you want to submit testimony on that. But it's been this has been an issue for ETD for operations. Go ahead, Joe.
Yes, I'll be going up there this afternoon. I am registered. Unfortunately, I'm number 97. Yeah. But I know the pushback is from the unions, not our union at all, but the ATU. And, they don't want to hear anything about cost. But of course, cost is there. Cost is real. But so what our focus really is on the fact that we definitely have had days where we've had to reduce service. Okay, it's never been a route. It's only been demand response service. But we've also had days where we said we have every single body on the road. And if if anybody calls out tomorrow, here's the route we're cutting. And, so we're just, really focusing on, we serve the most vulnerable people. And this bill impacts them. It's not me. It's not, we're not a private business here. It's not my bottom line that's impacted. It is low income workers. It's seniors. It's people with disabilities that can't get to work, can't get to medical appointments because this bill has made it so difficult for us to stay fully staffed. In our first year of being, our employees being eligible, we had 8 out of 53 full-time bus operators out on paid leave. Of that, 6 have been employed for less than a year. So they would not qualify for FMLA. So that's not a big problem of it. Is it you qualify after 120 days of employment.
You mean the state FMLA, Sam?
Yeah.
Right. It's the state FMLA. So, your employees don't qualify. And we were exempt until 2 years ago. They changed the definition of municipality. So all of a sudden we don't qualify. And our point is, you guys wrote it to exempt municipalities because you understand that municipalities provide essential service. You wouldn't do this for a police force. You wouldn't do this for firefighters or teachers, public works. Why you think it should be done for bus operators? And honestly, I'm going to try and nicely say that. I understand they want to support the bus operators, but honestly, a lot of it comes from their own privilege that they get in their car every day and drive. If it were, if the road outside their house were shut down today because somebody called out, I guarantee you they would not support this bill. It's because they don't understand that these people rely on the buses every day to get them around that they think it's okay. But it's not. It's not okay to the individuals that need these buses to run every single day, that so many people can be out. We had as much as 4 people out at one time on this up to 3 months of leave. And it's primarily, I'd say about half has been, it's not for their own illness, it's for others. Because, it could even be for the illness of a close friend. You could be out for 3 months.
And Joe, your employees have full benefits. They have disability insurance. Yeah. So
yeah, we provided our own private disability insurance. Obviously, we got rid of it now that they have this because we weren't going to have duplicative insurance. Right. We weren't going to pay twice, but we did have it before. So it just wasn't used to the extent that this is, because this pays 90% of their pay. So they get they get almost full pay for 3 months, to be out for, it's very, very, like, as I said, it could be for themselves, it could be for a close friend, it could be for a family member, it could be for paternity leave, it could be for so many things. And again, she's the work for us 120 days. So it's been, a lot of people have already used it. We have more coming up. We have people on it right now. Every one of us has experienced a big uptick in people out on state FMLA.
So this is House Bill 5506 that would treat transit districts as municipalities. The bill a couple of years ago clarified that to be considered a municipality, you would have to have taxing authority. They tried to get the COGs covered under this as well, but under an obscure state statute, we do actually have taxing authority. We've never used it and probably never will, but we were able to successfully argue that we were exempt, but transit districts were not. And
I'll just give one warning. In trying to get this bill, what I know one of our state senators that was helping us try and get it done heard back was the intent of the legislature is to get rid of the exemptions altogether and have municipalities also fall under this as well. So they're working to go the other way and get all of you covered under this as well.
Why don't they put the state under it?
Oh, they want to do that too.
Yeah.
Do that first before you come after her in the municipalities.
They want to do everybody. They want everyone. I mean, how are you gonna plow roads? It's just not.
Okay, you're supporting it, right, Sam?
yes, we support it, but please, if you have some time today and want to write something quick to the Planning and Development Committee on their hearing on 5506 in support of ETD, please consider doing that.
On that same note, weren't they supposed to try to straighten out that sick leave act that they messed up last year or the year before?
I don't know, but right now, our legislative agenda from 2 years ago definitely had this issue. I remember with Norm Edelman explaining how because it's so expensive to go to the doctor to get a doctor's note, you can't require a doctor's note anymore. Yeah, that whole thing. Yeah, it's.
I know it, that and we're adding that too. When you put those two things in, that's 5 free days right there. You lay that on top of this, they're out all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, and the problem is the abuse.
Anything else, Sam?
I'm sure there are, Susie. Okay. And I'm sure there's other bills that maybe the members are following. If any of you have anything, please send it our way, just in case we're not. We are coordinating with CCM and Cost on different items, and we're submitting testimony on things where we think we can provide some additional information. There is a bill which I think the intent is good, but the implementation is poor. That would provide a $50,000 homestead exemption for owner occupied single family houses. But what that does is it shifts property tax burden over to commercial industrial properties, but also onto rental properties and to renters because their rents will go up. And so, it seemed like if you wanted to, tax second homes or Airbnbs, that the better way to do it would just to be allow the town to do that. And and to allow them to assess 100%, use the 100% assessment instead of the 70% assessment on those properties. Instead of raising, it seems a little perverse that you're giving homeowners a benefit, but you're exempting the renters from actually they're going to end up having to pay for it in their higher rent.
All that would do anyways is just make it so that we have to raise property taxes on those same homes, because if most of our homes get the exemption, well, guess what?
Your mill
We
rate
have
goes
to make
up.
up.
The arithmetic.
I mean, but the interesting thing about this piece of legislation is that it seems like it is a modification of one that was passed in the budget implementer 2 years ago that most of us don't even know about. We have the
Yeah.
opportunity to give a homestead exemption today between 3 and 35% of the home value. I don't know that any
Yeah.
of us knew that. It was in the budget implementer on, like, I don't know, page 175 or something like that.
Yeah, other states
Who's
do,
New Milford or somebody like that's been considering it. Somebody like that, I forget which.
but it seems like you would, if you would want to do this to, for second homes or Airbnbs, I can see a public policy purpose there. But just to shift the taxes around or just raise the mill rate, which in some towns would raise your car taxes, and it just seems like it just shifts things around, and instead just say what the public policy goal is of allowing for differential taxations for different properties that are and let's have that discussion. So I don't know if that's been submitted yet, Susie.
The letter
Yeah.
that has gone in. If you sent it
Okay.
to me, it's
Yeah,
gone in.
I think originally you wrote it as neutral, and I think I turned it into opposed because the more I thought about it, it just didn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah, that went in yesterday.
Anyway, if you have anything else that comes up that is interesting or concerning, or you want RiverCOG to rather support, please contact us. And we also have been doing outreach, like the industrial housing and industrial parks. That I reached out to the chamber, of course, and asked, and Johanna was already on the ball, and I asked, contact all the other chamber directors, because if you start putting housing in your industrial parks, you won't have industrial parks anymore.
That's right.
So,
Sam, can I just say, I did put
Yeah.
a link for everyone to our bill tracker in the chat. And if you scroll a little, like all the way to the right, the last column links any testimony that Sam has put in for the COG.
Yep.
Hey, Sam, let me
And-
know when they come up with some really good ideas for legislation, will you?
Well, Susie sent me an email yesterday about I guess there's a bill that would the state would reimburse the towns for the vet tax abatements, and it's like, oh, that's not a bad idea.
I'll bet you lunch it doesn't pass.
Yeah, but I said,
Anybody else have anything for Sam or Susie? Okay. Any other business for the good of the council?
Yes. I just wanted, if Sally was still on, just if you can get a little update on the audit. What I can report is Paula has been able to come by a couple times and working with Sally through the audit, and we should have an audit for you by the end of the month. But Sally,
Yeah.
what's the status?
Yeah, it's been very productive time. Very grateful for Paula's assistance. And I have a meeting with the auditors at noon today. And they've already looked at the updated information and it looks good. There's a couple of things still to address, but they're very specific. So I'm hoping that our noon meeting brings it really close to a close, if not there. But I hesitate to put that out in the universe yet.
So we're hoping to have the draft audit to send out to the executive committee next week and to the full board a week before the COG meeting. So that's our schedule for this month.
Right.
Right.
Anyone else?
I think that's it.
If that's it, I'll take a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Vera, second.
Second.
We have a second. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
I'm assuming nobody is opposed. Have a great day. Stay safe. We'll see you next time.
And RiverCOG staff, let's have a staff meeting immediately after this meeting. So thank you, everyone. Have a good day.
Sam.
Right. Bye.